here and now today.
Yes, my friends, truly, this is the moment. I appreciate all of you. We have made it. We are right on the cusp of greatness here. Episode 498 out of 500 with my great friend, Jessica Koch. And I got to say, what an amazing journey it's been. And thank you all for helping me face my fear and showing that everybody that has a invisible disability actually has a hidden superpower. So without any further delay, you got to ring the victory bell for being here and being part of that amazing journey. And let me tell you all about my amazing new guest. Her name is Jessica Koch. She's the founder of Jessica Koch Consulting and host of the Profound Professional Show, where she spotlights experts who help people live and lead with purpose. She's a high-level sales and marketing consultant who builds AI-powered systems, automations, and virtual assistant-supported workflows for authors, coaches, speakers, course creators, and entrepreneurs. Jessica's work centers on one mission: harness gratitude to create a legacy plan that inspires and financially supports your families and communities for generations. Known for weaving strategy with heart, she teaches practical pathways to passive revenue, time, freedom, and impact that ripples far beyond us. Man, she had to pick the tough words for me, huh? All right, without any further delay, please welcome my amazing guest, the one, the only, the super talented and beautiful, the person who walked to school uphill, both ways, in the snow, barefoot, the one and only Jessica Koch. Hey, Jessica, welcome to the show. How are you feeling today?
Good, thank you.
Hey, so if you want to feel good too, make sure you click the link down below so that way you can leave live comments on the live, and let's just dive right into the questions. I mean, man, what a journey. And we just went through a couple of great events together too. So I feel like I know you so well. You're just like another part of my heart. I mean, I just love hanging out with my friends and you know, being rich and impactful together, really shaping the world. So tell me a little bit about, you know, how did you get into podcasting? I mean, like, you know, why did you start?
I started 10 years ago. We're approaching 10 years now. And, you know, it was something that was out there, but it wasn't, you know, everyone didn't have a show back then. And,
yeah,
you know, and I decided to go with video streaming. It's because I felt like video was powerful and important and not just the audio. And
I agree with you there.
But really, what drove me was I was meeting so many incredible humans, and that's where the title Profound Professionals comes in. You know, so many great people that were helping, you know, providing services and coaching and support and mindset and growth and transformation. And I thought, wow, you know, people need to know about these people. And what I found out as I got to know them was that they had always something deeper, a cause, a charity, or something that they were focused on supporting and was driving their why. And so that was one of the things from the very first episode we always include with our guests is, you know, the causes that are close to their heart, you know, hoping to inspire others to you know, learn about that new cause, spread some awareness, or even just remember a cause that's close to their own heart so that they can give time, treasure, or talent to something much bigger than themselves that will outlive them. Right.
Yeah. And you can tell that she's a podcast host because she's already answered my questions before I get to ask them. And because the next question was why, but you know, you basically answered that. And so let's keep on going deep and just dive deeper. You know, what kind of results you get for people? Like give us a success story, someone who maybe didn't believe in themselves and then you help them go through the process. What was their change in their life?
So I think because we have a sales and marketing consulting firm and we do social media training and the podcast, we have a VA agency. We've helped a lot of our clients, especially with building systems and having and outsourcing those processes, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So first thing you need to do is establish and build that system. And the second thing you need to do is say, okay, what parts of the system and process do I really need to do? And what else can I outsource to someone
Yeah.
else?
Mm-hmm.
And we've had clients that we've done this for that now have membership programs, and they never had regular steady income. They were coaching for like a few week program, and then it would end and they would have to find new clients. And
Mm-hmm.
so we've changed their income flow so that they're less stressed and more relaxed and able to really serve their clients instead of worrying about how am I going to hunt for the next one.
Right.
I think that was a big deal, and really just helping them have the time to focus on the relationships and the referral partners and the community build, while all the other tasks get finished magically in the background instead of taking
Yeah,
up
magically, of course.
all their time and effort and energy. We only have so much of it. It does run out.
It does. Yeah. And that's powerful for saying that, because a lot of us don't realize that, if somebody drew you a graph and said, here is this poster, each block is a week of your time. And then once you get halfway through, that's all the time you have left. And you actually graphically traffic it. Like, oh, wait a second. That's all I got left. Oh, I didn't know that. What have I been doing for the first half of my life? Well,
Mm-hmm.
Learning to get potty trained, then going to kindergarten, and then, going to school, saving, thinking what we have to do. Our parents tell us what they thought was the right thing to do. And then we either get a job or go to college or do something else. And then we start having families. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, what's left? I don't know. What do you want to do? And that's when people start thinking and say, oh, wait a second. Never really thought what I wanted to do. And so it's powerful when you start to say, you know what? I have a voice. And that's something that I've learned over the past few years, is that my life has finally changed because I finally acknowledged I do have a voice. And 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 despite my speech challenges, I did this show because I wanted to show everybody that, look, we all have those invisible disabilities, invisible challenges, but it doesn't define us. It's just a piece of us. And so because of that, actually, I say that we have to reveal your greatness. You have hidden superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit more about just going through that process. How can someone's life change by getting onto a podcast?
Well, I think it's about shining a light on them to share with others what they do.
Yeah.
I think that also it can give them confidence and make them feel valuable and appreciated and important and heard. And I think everybody needs that.
Yes.
Yeah, because our
All needed
company,
breaking news. We all
our,
need love.
our company mission is far beyond our podcast. Really, it's we're creating a legacy gratitude community. We have summits for this, but most importantly, we're beginning to pull together and meet and have a conversation about what does that look like. It's about living our very best life now,
Right.
so that we can inspire others for hopefully hundreds of years to come. It's also about living our most living our most abundant life now, so that we can leave generational wealth for our community and our families for hundreds of years to come. So it's about both of those things, and how do you achieve them, and having conversations around them in a way that I haven't heard happening in communities. So we're building a space and a place for that to happen.
Love that. Thank you so much for that. So, Jessica, also, we're going to connect with you later. Like, I know we didn't have time because we had to get you real quickly, like to get some sort of a gift link. But
yes, it's in the chat. We do have it.
Yes. There it is. I got it. Yes. So there's Jessica's gift link. Please tell us what they're going to get when they click on that link.
Well, one of the things about living your most abundant life now, so that you can leave that generational wealth, is understanding some of the steps involved in sales. And you've heard of emotional intelligence. Well, there's also sales intelligence secrets that really can amplify the way you approach sales in a way of service, in a way of giving, and not feeling like you're trying to take money from them, or you're trying to give them the solution, the transformation. And that's one of the pieces. So it is a resource that you can look through. Seven different secrets that we share that will help you, pick the ones that fit your personality and your business type, and begin to apply them, and watch again the magic happen in the transformation of the growth in your sales, and the comfort that you feel inside yourself as you're giving this gift out.
Gotcha. Thank you so much for that. So there it is, folks. Grab that link down below. And for those of you that are still watching, my gosh, when you're live, you thrive, and on the replay, you get to play again. Make sure you give us some likes and and subscribe to the channel so that we can keep bringing you experts like Jessica through, bless you, and keep creating impact in the world. So if you want to keep doing that, leave a comment. Tell us what you loved about it. Tell us and give us some hearts, because we all need to feel some love, don't we? All right. So please join us for that. So Jessica, let's shift gears a little bit. Talk about what I call the softer side of these seers, and get to know you more as a person. I always say that people join a person, not a business, right? So let's figure out, who you are. So tell us a bit more about, where did you grow up and how'd you grow up?
Well, I actually grew up all over. I was a Navy brat. I was a Navy brat. So
very cool.
military.
Yeah.
My excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Let's see. That's good. Somebody's thinking about you.
Well, my 14-year-old gave me her cold. She got a bit of a cold after the holidays.
My 13-year-old gave me hers a couple of days ago. I feel your pain.
So I have been fighting it and trying to smile through. So I got to travel and see different parts of the country and live in different places. My first marriage, I was actually also an Air Force wife, and I got to go live in Europe overseas and have a son there. And so quite a bit of traveling. And I think that gives you perspective on different cultures and flexibility and how to roll with things. I mean, I lived in California when I was in elementary school, and before I hit the third grade, I had lived through and experienced earthquakes, multiple earthquakes, a dam breaking in California where we were flooded out, and military people had to come and carry us through the water because there was rattlesnakes in the water, out to safer, higher ground.
Whoa. Yeah, that's not fun.
Now St. Helens had erupted, and our area, even though we were in California, was covered in ash. So a volcano erupting, floods, earthquakes.
Why do you pick these places?
I learned that everyone just pulled together and helped each other through everything, and so I got to witness that at a very young age, and I also got to see different. I was on the West Coast, and then lived in Maine and Massachusetts, and so I was on the East Coast. So there's different culture almost. I know it's the United States.
Oh no, there is a different culture in West Coast versus East Coast. You can feel it.
And then I got to see that even more when I lived in Germany, and I lived for a while, and I got to travel some of the countries while I was there, and it was just fascinating and interesting. And I always say, when I'm ready to do a lot more traveling again, because we have so many children, and our youngest is 14, and so I'm hanging out and not doing a ton until she's finished high school. But that when I want to immerse myself at least several months, if not a year, when I go somewhere, and then travel the surrounding area and really kind of stay, because you see a different side of the culture when you become a part of the community, even if just temporarily. They often embrace you, and you learn their culture, their traditions, and their style of life, and their attitude towards life. And it's fascinating what you can learn. So I think that that's a big part of my background and who I am.
It certainly is. I know. That's great. Great. What about growing up then? Was there, you did so much traveling, you experienced so much in the world. I don't even know if this is like, you didn't have time to do this, but was there maybe growing up, was there a book or a movie that kind of helped shape more of the way you are today?
Well, I have lots of favorite books, but everyone talks about Napoleon Hill. and and his amazing resources and books. And I found recently a book called Tapping the Source, and that book was to honor Charles Hunnell. He wrote the Master Key Systems 100 years ago, and there's actually documentation of Napoleon Hill saying and writing a letter thanking Charles Hunnell for his Master Key System and how it had inspired him to do all the things that he did in his community and world.
Yeah.
So,
I know Napoleon Hill. I know Dale Carnegie. I know all those guys. I don't know who Charles Hunnell is. So
yeah, the Master Key System was the original book, but it was rewritten recently by 3 authors to honor Charles Hunnell. And it's called Tapping the Source. The book is Tapping the Source.
Tapping the Source. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm actually reading a book on tapping right now.
Yeah.
And it's great.
It's not physical tapping. It is tapping. It's very spiritual. It's tapping into creator and your passion, and it mirrors this book written 100 years ago that inspired Napoleon Hill. So Tapping the Source, an amazing book. There's 3 different authors, and I don't have them in my head with me at the moment.
That's okay. Let's add those in post. What about what's your favorite kind of music? You know, what's your jam?
You know, fascinating enough, I really am open to and genuinely enjoy all kinds of music, from folk to some classic rock to pop. I was an 80s and 90s girl, but I also love contemporary Christian, and I love opera, and I love classical, and I love a little bit of jazz, a little sprinkle of country. There's a couple of rap songs that I like, not a ton, but a few that I appreciate. And so I just think I really like good music, good beat, good lyrics. I just love music. I think it does something amazing for you.
And if you had to pick a walkout song, what would it be?
Oh, I'm producing a song of my own. It's called Freedom to Win. And so that's going to be my walkout song.
Ooh, I like that.
Freedom to Win. Yeah.
Cool. You know what? Follow up with me about that, because I just got challenged by somebody to write my own album. So I may be doing that in 2026, because I had written my own piano composition. I gave the world premiere, I think, was it summer 23, to raise awareness about suicide prevention, because when I was 17 years old, I lost a friend to suicide, and it's just like you don't know till you find out later, and then it's too late, and you're like, what happened to this guy? He just disappeared out of our lives, and we never knew. And so, you know, like musicals like Dear Evan Hansen help portray that in a more contemporary way, so we know how to start the conversation a little bit better. There's also, I think, a lot of schools, they have the 888, that's the prevention hotline. So, and there's something called Safe to Say. So every guidance counselor talks about that. So I've taught my daughter and my son that, you know, if you ever see something, please speak up. It's okay. It's better to be safe than sorry. So
I always tell my children, as long as there's life, there's hope. It doesn't matter how bad it seems at the moment, or how horrible you think it is, or how you don't think there's anyone out there who will understand. As long as there's life, there's hope to solve it.
Always. I love it. Love it. Beautifully said.
That actually takes me to, you mentioned a movie earlier, and It's a Wonderful Life is one of my favorites, because you get to see the world without him in it. You know, he wishes he was never born, right? And then you get to see the community come together and support him when he needed it the most, you know, from all corners, and all of the different ways he touched people's lives without realizing it. And I think that's big on my legacy community theme. So
I love that. It's because, like, by the way, folks, you don't know you're making waves, because every time you put out positive vibes, somebody out there is feeling it and they need it. So don't think it's not going anywhere. It's always going to help somebody. So feel free to keep it going. So, you know, tell us what's a fun fact about you that maybe people don't know.
A fun fact. I love to kayak.
Nice.
I'm out on the water as much as I can possibly get there.
That's cool.
I kayak, I paint, I sew. I'm very artistic and craftsy. I'm writing right now
Mhm.
a 7 novel series, a historical fiction novel,
Very cool.
7 volume series.
Mhm.
And I'm publishing a song, so those are
Of
some
course.
fun things about me.
Excellent. Oh, that's very cool. So, I mean, like, I got to say, like, it's always fun to find all these other cool things about people have
Mhm,
layers, right? And I
mhm,
joke about Shrek. Shrek's like an onion. Onion's got layers. No, no, no. We're talking
mhm,
about parfaits. There's
mhm.
sweetness and goodness and multiple layers of great things. So, for those of you that are having fun right now, please don't forget when you're live, you thrive. On the replay, you get to play again. Make sure you give us some likes and some thumbs up and some hearts and some, send us some candy and some flowers. I don't know. Do you find a cool, creative way to connect with us because there's so many great people out there. So, Jessica, before we go and switch gears to our 60-second mind shift, I want to ask you, what is your favorite food? How can we break bread together?
My favorite food.
Yeah.
My Aunt Anne
Uh-huh.
used to, and one time she even mailed them to me from California. She was from Mexico, and she would make me what's called a dessert tamale, and it's corn mesa and pineapple and raisins, and cooked like a traditional tamale in the corn
Yeah.
husk.
Uh-huh.
But it's a dessert tamale, and they're delicious. And I really do love tamales, so.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Okay, I will have to try that. I don't know where I can get.
I don't know where you could get it either. It's her
Okay, well, you know
special
what? Hold on, hold on.
recipe. We'll have
Look,
to find the
so
recipe on Google or ChatGPT.
I don't know. Oh, okay, the only you know what I know authentic like a restaurant that's in the local town next to us. They this little hole in the wall place, but they make great food. Hello, those gringos. Yes, yes. Listen, like, do you make those dessert tamales? Yeah, because I got a VIP in the green room right now. Yes. Okay, good. Send them right away. Thank you, chef. So,
Yeah,
hold me a real call.
one time I was in Maryland, and as a
Yeah,
gift, as a loving gift to me, she shipped them with dry ice in a cooler all the way from California to
yeah.
me. I mean, that was wow.
That's
So
pretty cool.
they're
All
delicious.
right. Well, Jessica, thank you so much. We're gonna send you the green room with some food. Please save me some. That sounds delicious. So while she's there waiting, oh my gosh, my friends, we were so many great concepts here today, and we want to extrapolate a bit about them because a lot of us don't realize that we have so much we can offer the world, but sometimes in order for us to begin, we just have to start with making a splash.
When you throw a rock into a lake, what happens? No, there's a splash. You make an impact, and then you get waves. And then you don't know where those waves are going. Those waves are going past around the reeds, and you don't know where that impact is. So all of you out there, when you're on stage, you don't know where your impact is going to end. It's never going to end.
Right, folks. So first of all, a little bit of a retrospective. This company, this group, our community has grown so fast thanks to all of you. The show breathed and took on a life of its own. I had no idea when I started this 3 years ago, when I was trying to build the ship as I fly it. Like I never realized. I was just happy to get 100 interviews. I didn't know I'd get to 500, and now here we are, right around the corner from it. Thanks to all of you, because all of you supported the journey, and every single guest that's been a part of this journey. My gosh, thank you so much, because you believed in me, and it helped to continue to start to send waves everywhere. Think about this. We were talking earlier about Dale Carnegie and Napoleon Hill and some other leaders. I want to leave you with a great quote that really resonates with me, and it's surprising from its source. Steve Martin, the comedian, always said that, be so good they can't ignore you. Because in his early days, when he was a comedian and he couldn't get acting gigs, people said, no, he's a comic. We're not going to hire him to do a dramatic acting role. Forget it. He kept getting turned down over and over and over again, and he kept working his craft, learning, sharpening the sword. And because he did that, when he started coming out with his own movies, people flocked to them. All of them became instant hits. And when you see that range of diversity and in emotional diversity and what he's able to do, wow, you see the drama that's behind the humor and what it really takes to come out there and be something different and unique. It is your uniqueness that people need, because if everybody did the same thing all the time, the world would be pretty bland, wouldn't it? So allow yourself the greatness to be you and be so good they can't ignore you. And I didn't know what I was doing with my show. When I first launched it, I said, all right, I'll just try it out and face my fear of speaking on lives. And like the book by Brian Tracy, Eat the Frog, I did the hardest thing possible. My fear was I did not want to do live video. Oh well, that's the thing I really needed to do, didn't I? So I did that, and I'll review some of this on the 500th interview. But my gosh, thanks everybody so much for being a part of this. And as part of my thank you, I want to share everybody, join us on Tuesday nights as my guest with a like-minded community of speakers, authors, coaches, and you get to network with other speakers, other podcast hosts. And we're going to launch in the new year. I think some of you may know about this, some of you may not, is that I got the domain professionalspeaker.us, and we're going to be sharing other people's greatness there on that as well. So don't miss out. It's going to be your chance to thrive in the new year. So let's welcome Jessica back and find out whether she saved me any of that food. So how was it? Did you save me any?
Well, it was only imaginary food. So now I'm going to be craving.
No, it's real. It's real. Okay. We'll just leave it at that. So Jessica, tell me from that 60-second mind shift, what is your biggest takeaway and what would you add to it?
Well, I think that's funny that you mentioned speaking on video was your biggest fear, so you had to do it. I never wanted to run my own summit. I always just went and spoke on other people's events. I was I was a keynote speaker. I was a lead workshop speaker. I was just spoke everywhere for 25 plus years, all over the country, in person and the whole 9 yards. And even when the virtual world changed and everyone was doing virtual summits, I just showed up and spoke and was invited to speak at lots of other people's things. And I'm doing my first one in February, and
I'm in.
And I've got another one in November. So I didn't play small like you either. I did big. I right away scheduled 2.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I just do one a year, but yeah, I'm gonna do one.
Yeah,
that's okay. I got busy with my show, so don't worry. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I do 10 summits next year. All right. We'll go really big.
I think these 2 are the foundation to lead into the community that we're creating, really. And I think I'll be focused on the community after that going forward. I don't think I need tons of summits. I'm not the summit girl.
But no, I don't want to be the summit guy either. I just want to be a part of them and enjoy, spreading people's knowledge out there. So Jessica, this has been an amazing interview, and I can't wait to see what happens in your summit. I'm happy to speak on it, and I can't wait to see the kind of greatness that we can share with the world. So that leaves me with if somebody gave you a blank check with unlimited resources, what would be your grand vision to change the world?
I'm already creating it. It's our Legacy Gratitude community.
Yeah.
I'm working towards the longer picture. The next step is for it to become a foundation and have a trust that supports it. I already have key person insurance. I want to build something that lasts a lot longer than me. Building a community that helps people think about, for your family, how could you create a legacy plan that lasts the next 300 years?
Yeah.
And how do you teach the next generations to keep that money going and keep replenishing and keep that knowledge going and keep all of the family stories and all the pieces of what legacy means to different families and different cultures? How do you keep that going so that 300 years from now, I could be a family member and look and see, oh, this was, great, very long, a lot of greats, grandmother's favorite book, favorite movie, favorite song, art she created, pictures of quilts she made, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
and also have choices. Can you imagine the choices those generations will have to actually find out what their
Certainly.
passion is and live, and what would our
Yep.
life, our world look like if we had that? So that's what I would do with the money. I would
I love that.
create
Thank you
the
so much for that, Jessica.
needs.
Folks, I got to say thank you so much for being part of this journey. Thank you, Jessica, for jumping on board last minute and just, us having another chance to really connect and talk again. I love that.
Mhm.
So, folks, thank you so much. And since we're right around the corner from the new year, please have a safe and happy New Year's, be in moderation, but also launch your new year the best way you know how and become the best version of you going forward. I'm your host, Coach Raja. As always, don't fake it till you make it, believe it and become it. And we see everybody on the next show. Bye-bye. All right. So, no, great job. And just real quick, just want to ask, I just got 3 quick questions for you. And then we're off. I just, you could have been on any podcast. There's thousands of them out there. Like, why did you choose to be on mine?
Well, because I believe you have such a kind and giving heart, and I know that I would be in a safe space to share and to be seen and to be valued. So
No, thank you so much for that, and I appreciate you too so much, Jessica. You're just a great person to be. We met in so many different communities and networking groups all over the place. So we all see each other all the time, and I bide my time and I wait before I endorse people, because I want to make sure that they're consistent, that they're honorable, they're full of integrity. My black belt code. I mean, I'm a grandmaster. Every level of what I do has to be real. And I want to keep that too, and especially with my friends too. And you're one of them. And I just wanted to share that with the world too. So, what was your biggest takeaway from the show today?
I really like how you have us think about things like I haven't thought about what my favorite movie is in a long time. Or
I know.
I talk about favorite books all the time, and my favorite song and music and things like that. It made me think a little bit more about stuff that I don't always put to the forefront. Because we all talk about, especially in this business community, we're always talking about what's your favorite book.
Business. What do you do?
I have it on my podcast too. But I also love the question about what I would do with a blank check, because I was excited that I knew right away what I would do with it. Like when you asked, when I was listening to you in the green room before the show, before we went live, I was like, oh, I know what I'll say to that. And that makes me feel like I have clarity of vision where I'm going. And
makes such a difference, doesn't it? Yep.
Yeah, and that's a big thing.
And then last question, totally unbiased. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you recommend me to somebody else's stage?
Oh, I mean, gabillions.
All right, really real number. All right, podcast knows what to do from here. We'll send notes and post, and we are out of here.